Hey guys, here we go. All right, we're almost on time. 8:47 by my clock. So yeah, somewhere in that range. Oh man. So these last few weeks have been really hectic. Schedule wise. Not a bad thing. I've actually been getting a lot of just a lot done. I've been getting a ton done. I talked recently about putting together lists basically for keeping myself on track and keeping myself just motivated to keep checking things off of this list. I haven't done mine for today. That's why it wasn't on the thumbnail, but so that's been going well. And I have a lot of meetings. The thing is, I'm sure it's the same for other professions, but when you're a teacher, obviously you've got lots of meetings. You got staff meetings. If you're on any special projects or committees, you have meetings for that. And then as a career technical education teacher, CTE teacher, I've got annual meetings for accountability for the funding that we use. We have to make sure that we're using our funding correctly and accounting for all that stuff. It's if you're in a different profession, you're probably thinking, yeah, so what? I have meetings all the time. It is what it is. But I had a lot of particularly heavy week for meetings for my usual schedule. And my wife is probably sitting there thinking like, yeah, whatever, Lauer, I've got meetings, like 3 meetings a day all the time. So, it's all relative. Like I'm not a big meetings guy. That's why I'm a woodshop teacher, is because, I'd rather be in the woodshop making things and teaching people how to make things rather than, sitting in a meeting. That said, I have been enjoying the year. Gosh, it's been a year now since we went on lockdown last March. It's crazy to think that, but it's been a year now that we've been doing distance learning, and we are going to be finishing out the year. It looks like, and there've been some upsides, and now I'm kind of ready. Like I'm looking forward to getting back in the classroom, the actual classroom, next fall. So yeah, it's just things. But these past couple of weeks have been really, really hectic. I'd say the past 3 weeks, really. There's just been a lot that I've been doing. And today and tomorrow are actually, my schedule is actually a lot lighter, which is really nice. I'm still going to be, putting stuff on my checklist and my daily checklist to make sure that I stay on track with certain things. And I do have a few things to do, but I don't have any more meetings for the week. I have pretty much everything planned out for what I'm going to do with my classes for these next 2 days. And it feels pretty good because next week is our spring break, our official spring break. I'm not going anywhere because don't go places, guys. Just finish strong. Let's just finish strong. I'm not going anywhere for spring break. I'm staying here and I'm working on projects around the house because that's what I like doing. That's what I want to do. I'm not a big traveler. So the title of today's live stream, this before that. So the next project that I want to make for a video, for myself, but for a video, is a desk for out here, actually right here where I'm sitting. Here in the garage. And I want to make it as a woodworking, basically like a woodworking workstation, a woodworking workbench. That's the word I was thinking of, a workbench. And so it needs to be, a certain size for me, for this space, and something I can mount vices on the ends of this thing. I can drill holes and dog holes and everything, so I can, do clamps. If you're a woodworker, you know what I'm talking about. But for the base of it, I was having a lot of trouble trying to figure out what I want to do for the base. Because a lot of woodworking workbenches, there's all different styles. There's, English joiners benches, and there's Scandinavian workbenches that are a little more like open frame kind of stuff. And, basically a workbench, the base needs to be sturdy. If you're going to hammer on it or put a lot of weight on it and move it around a lot, it can't fall apart. Obviously, it can't move, it can't rack. And so you have to use a lot of bracing or clever joinery and stuff like that. And, I was kind of racking my brain trying to think of, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to build this thing? There's so many options. Like I can build pretty much anything. It's just, I'm trying to decide what I want to build. That's the hard part. So, I decided to sort of step back from that project a little bit and think about, what do I really need? What do I really want this bench for? Obviously for woodworking, that's the number one reason. And that's going to be taken care of by the top. The second thing is I wanted to, I'd really like to have this also usable as like a desk, like a teacher desk. Almost, because I want to be able to set my laptop on it and, do computer stuff, come out in the garage, do computer stuff. So I'm not always in the dining room all the time. That means I would need to be able to, have like a space to put my legs under it. And I'd also like to be able to sit at it and, do like these live streams and these vlogs and stuff with like the camera facing towards this way with me sitting at a desk. Because I don't know, for my channel aesthetic, that's what I'm kind of looking for, is sort of that teacher vibe. Because that's all I know how to do, is just be a teacher, be a mentor. It's kind of sad, but that's kind of what I'm going for. I want that sort of teacher vibe, and so I need a teacher desk that also doubles as like a woodworking, workstation too. So I ended up, you guys will, I didn't bring my printout out here, otherwise I'd show you. But when you see the video, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's, and it's a few weeks off, but I'll work on it bit by bit. It's, I'm going to be making basically the stand a big box out of plywood. So my plan was to start that, actually today, maybe run out to the hardware store and grab some sheets of plywood and get started with that, like this weekend, and then work on it through spring break, do some editing. And, my last video came out on Monday. So it'd be great if I could get another video out, maybe not next Monday, but, like on a 2-week schedule. That would work for me. I could do, I could manage that. That wouldn't be too hard for me. And then I got to thinking more, which is my problem. I think too much. I overthink way too much on stuff like this. I got to thinking, well, if I'm going to, like, I might want to get like a computer chair to put out here, so I can sit in and sit at my laptop and be nice ergonomic. And then I was thinking, I'm going to have to put levelers on this bench, because if there's one thing that my house isn't, it's level. This house, I like where I live, but man, this house is, we live on a hill in California, and it's like an 80-year-old house. No, not 80. It can't be 80. Is it 80? Oh, it's like a 60 or 70-year-old house. It's old. Not the oldest, but it's definitely old. It's been around long enough that it's kind of sliding down the hill a little bit. So my garage is, I'll show you guys. It's just, you won't be able to see it, but this is the garage floor. Sorry, all the cords and stuff. And this is the corner that I'm going to be working in. And it's weird. I just realized that everything's sort of a mirror image on my live stream. So it's actually flipped from this, which is kind of silly because it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be mirrored image, but it is, I guess. So is it? Is that a mirrored? Yep, that's mirrored. I'll have to figure that out. But anyway, so there's like a slope from here to here, and I haven't figured out exactly how much that slope is. Maybe it would be a big deal, maybe not. But I'm like, okay, I could level this workbench that I'm planning on doing. I could level it with some leveling feet, or I could build like a platform, like a stage, right where I'm at, that basically covers the whole floor, and level that. And then that way I can put my bench on that, and then I have a place to sit. Because my biggest thing is, like, right now I'm sitting on a stool and I'm kind of leaning a little bit. Like, I don't know how I can sit ergonomically on a sloped floor. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's not, maybe I'm overthinking. I'm probably overthinking this, because what that would mean is, instead of getting started on my desk project, I would have to start a completely different project, basically staging out this whole area and figuring out how to account for a slope in my floor. And now I'm starting to think about all the cleaning that would have to happen, because if I put anything on this slab here, there's going to get like dust and leaves and, vermin and stuff under it nesting, because we have those around here. That's just something that happens. And that's not really something I want to seal up and deal with. So I think maybe I just deal with my chair being on a slightly tilty floor. I guess if I want to, I can always put down like a chair mat or something to keep it from rolling on solid concrete. But yeah, just this gives you an idea of what my thought process is. I get ready to start a project, and then the doubt kicks in, and I start thinking, well, if I want to do this, then I should probably do this too. Or, well, I've got the wall open here. Well, I should probably address all this stuff up top. And it sort of gets away from you really quickly that way. That's kind of how I ended up remodeling most of my house. I started off with an idea, with a project I wanted to do. And as soon as I got working on it, partway through it, I realized, oh man, we're going to have to do this other thing too while we've got this open. So we got to stop work on this, and we got to do this over here. It gets out of hand pretty quickly, but it is what it is. The upside is that usually, since I tend to overthink things, I end up thinking things through pretty thoroughly, and works out pretty well in a lot of regards. But oh well. So I don't think, now that I hear myself say it, it's probably a dumb idea to stage out this whole area. Like, just put levelers on the workbench and you'll be fine. I'll be fine. I don't need to make it more complicated. I mean, yeah, it would be flatter, but it's not really going to add any benefit to it, doing it that way. So yeah, you get to the point where you think in your head, like you're planning something out in your head, and you're like, oh man, I got to do it this way, and this is how I got to do it. And then you say it out loud to somebody, and you just hear yourself say it, and it's just like, that's a stupid idea. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now, feeling stupid. Not stupid, but silly. That's a silly idea. Yeah. I see there's two of you watching me, creeping on me. I see the little two up there. You should show yourselves in the chat, because why not? I did get one like already. That's awesome. So anyway, yeah, and I need to get my workbench done because I told my wife that that was the last project I was going to work on before I start doing some of her projects. I still have a lot of finishing. Hey, Alberto. Hey, good morning. I told my wife that I would do her projects after I finish this workbench. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's really the underlying issue here is I don't want to start on her project. So I keep thinking of more projects to do before the workbench, because once I do the workbench, now I got to work on her stuff. This is not her stuff. It's really for both of us, but I don't know, some underlying psychology to unpack there probably. But I do have some major projects to actually finish that have been kind of sitting unfinished in the house for a few years. If you're a DIY person, you're probably also like this, where you're working on your own home and you get 80% done with a project and it's buttoned up, and then you just don't finish it. You don't do that last like 10 or 15%, and it sits there for years. I still have baseboard trim to finish in the kids' bathroom. I did that remodel when my son was born, and he's 5 now. So, yeah, YouTube therapy. You're right. Yeah, this is why I do it. It's to make myself feel good. This is me going to church in the morning. Just talk about my feelings. Hopefully you get something out of it too. If anything, just learn from my mistakes. But yeah. So I was thinking about the future of this channel. I'm always coming up with ideas and stuff, and definitely more ideas than action. But that's kind of the way things go. I was thinking about the future of this channel. And like this little segment, this vlog segment. I like doing these vlogs. I honestly like doing the live stream bit, and I plan to keep doing it because it feels right. It feels good coming out here and just talking to the camera. I'm getting a lot. I don't know if you guys notice, but I feel like I'm getting a lot more comfortable talking at the camera and just getting used to it. But what I was thinking, where do I want to go with this? In the next year. 6 months, 6 to 12 months, right? I've been kind of looking into what it would take to do podcasting. I kind of like that. I've never really been involved in any like podcasts, like listening to podcasts. But I know a lot of people do, and I'm kind of curious to, what the format's like. So I might need to check out a few podcasts and just kind of see what the format is, and if it's something that still agrees with me. But I like the idea of sort of spinning off a podcast, because I know this live stream is kind of it's a little bit off topic. My channel itself is kind of woodworking education, but I know in these live streams I like talking a bit more about education and personal development and child development, parenting, and sort of tangential topics. But that's the thing about YouTube and a lot of these platforms is you kind of have to stay on brand. You have to stay on niche. I mean, you don't have to. There's no law, but I don't know. It might be nice to expand to some different platforms. I know I would definitely need to up my audio game, because like right now, I mean, the video looks fine for 480. This is just on 480 right now because that's all the Canon web utility can handle is that. But it doesn't look too bad. But I would definitely need to up my audio game, because right now I'm just on like my computer onboard audio, and I know playing this back, it's not going to sound super great. No, Alberto, you hang on to it, man. You need it more than I do. I make money on my job. Um, but what was I gonna say? I got off track. Alberto's distracting me here. Um, so I was just thinking about doing some podcasts, talking about more like family, child development, education sort of things. I know I just said that. I was just trying to get myself back on track. And then for YouTube, sticking with project videos and education like tutorials and like product reviews and stuff. I think that's probably pretty good on brand sort of thing. I did get my Amazon affiliate account up and running, so hopefully with the next video I can start dropping affiliate links and do that whole, hey, check out the link in description if you want to buy something, and I get some money for it. It's kind of cheesy because I'm not a salesperson. I'm not. I'm a creative. I'm not a seller. Some people are both, but I'm definitely one or the other. But there's if you're not a certain way, you can always learn. That's my philosophy. Is you can always learn different skills, different abilities, different natures. So, anywho, 9:08. Wow, we talked for a long time. That is one of my superpowers, though. Is I can ramble on and BS for a good long while. We've been going for a solid almost 22 minutes now, with me just pretty much nonstop talking. Had a lot of practice with that. So, hey, Eduardo, I was just about ready to shut things down, but glad you could drop by. So yeah. All right, guys, I got to start getting things ready for class. And I will catch you guys later.